Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Carly. I am a labor and postpartum doula, and I make content on my channel here all about pregnancy and labor and motherhood and pretty much everything that falls in between. It is my passion to support, empower, and educate pregnant people so that they can have the birthing experience that they deserve. But in today's video, we are diving a little bit more into motherhood and more specifically into baby-led weaning. If you don't know, I had my first baby this past year. His name is Wilder and he's almost 8 months old, and we have been doing baby-led weaning for the last few months. We actually introduced solids to him whenever he was 4 months old. When we originally introduced solids, we were doing purees and we were spoon feeding him because I really hadn't heard anything about baby-led weaning. And then I heard about it and I was reading about the benefits and kind of the differences between like doing purees and just doing baby-led weaning. And I got really interested in seeing how he would respond to it. So we ended up ditching the puree idea and we started doing baby-led weaning, and it has been so much fun ever since. So if you aren't familiar with what baby-led weaning is, I'm actually gonna do like an entire video about like the basics and what to expect and kind of how to do it. But today I'm just gonna take you through what Wilder is eating in a day. Whenever you're first getting started, coming up with good meal ideas can be a little bit tricky and a little intimidating. So I love watching these. They are super helpful for me. So I wanted to share with you guys the foods that I'm giving him and kind of when we're giving it to him and how it interacts with my breastfeeding schedule. He's still breastfeeding. Baby-led weaning does not mean you are not giving them breast milk or formula anymore. It is in addition to breast milk or formula. So Wilder is breastfed and we incorporate the baby-led weaning with his milk. Baby-led weaning is really great for babies developing like their hand-eye coordination, different motor skills, chewing habits, and dexterity, and really just generally starting to develop healthy eating habits. And it gives them a sense of independence that they don't necessarily have whenever you're spoon feeding them. We decided to give it a try to see how Wilder reacted to it, and he loves it. He loves to feed himself. He loves to explore new foods. We haven't given him anything that he doesn't like yet, which is so cool because we've tried out a lot of different stuff. And it also is helpful because we don't have to prepare food ahead of time. He is basically eating everything that we eat. So like I said, Wilder is coming on 8 months old. So he has graduated from like 3 or 4 naps a day to 2 naps a day. So his schedule starts around between like 7 and 7:30 in the morning is when he'll wake up. He'll come into our room and I will breastfeed him, and then he usually goes and plays. This is when he's like the happiest and the most active. So we usually put him down for playtime at this point, and anywhere between like 8:15 and 8:45 is when we will get him up to have breakfast. This morning he had some eggs that we made into like a little baby omelet and some banana. We use this little crimper to cut up his food. It's super helpful for them to be able to like have some texture to grasp onto. So whenever we're cutting up soft foods, we will use this little crimper, which I got on Amazon. I'll link it down below. And then after every meal, we always try to encourage him to drink a little bit of water too. We have this adorable little baby cup that I love to use. He has gotten pretty good at it. He prefers to drink out of a straw, so we do both. But after breakfast, we put him down for his first nap of the day, which is usually between like 9 o'clock and 9:30, depending on when he woke up. And then he'll go down for between an hour to 2 hours. Generally, it's about an hour and 20 minutes. Then when he wakes up from his first nap, I will breastfeed him again, and then we will play some more. Usually we end up eating lunch between like 11:30 and noon. Today for lunch, we had some peaches and kabocha squash and black beans. Drew is the cook in our family and he is really good at seasoning things, so he seasoned the black beans with some cumin and some paprika and garlic powder, salt and pepper, and just enough seasoning to give it a little bit of flavor so it's not just like bland black beans. Hi! I have a couple of products that I really love that have been super helpful during baby-led weaning. One is our high chair. I adore this high chair. It is the Siesta one. It's actually a pretty pricey high chair if you buy it brand new. I actually found mine on Facebook Marketplace, and I got it for, I think I got it for like $60. It is really sleek whenever it folds up, so it doesn't take up a lot of room. And we just moved into a 740 square foot house, so having something that is foldable is really important to us. And the tray folds up as well, and the tray comes off so you can take it over to the sink and clean it. And the seat cover is removable, so I can just toss it in the washing machine every week to make sure that it's staying clean. And it actually reclines too. You can lean it back, so if you get it when your baby is a newborn, you can put your newborn in the seat and like recline them and give them the bottle there if you want, or just let them sit there. And it has wheels, so you can roll it around the house. You can actually adjust the height on the chair too, so that like we sit on our couch and eat dinner a lot on the couch, like at the coffee table, and we can just like put him down low with us and we can all sit and eat together. So I don't know if I would pay full price for it or not, because that's pretty steep, but I would definitely keep your eye out for a used one if you're interested in that high chair. The other thing that I love for baby-led weaning are bibs that have like a little cup in the bottom that catches all of the food. I also got both of those used at a kids consignment sale. I think I got both of them for $1. The most important thing is that they catch the food, because when your baby is feeding themselves, obviously they don't know exactly how to get like hand to mouth and get the food in their mouth. So he drops food all the time and it just gathers in there, and we can scoop it out, put it back on the tray, and he's good to go. I mentioned this earlier, but I just love it. It's the little baby cup. I think it's so fun, and I think it's really helpful for them to try and like learn how to drink water on their own. And it also came in a set with like 2 little tiny baby spoons that are perfect for his hands right now and kind of the size hands he has. And it also came with a little bowl that like suction cups to the tray. So I love those. I think that they are fantastic. And they also come in really cute colors, which, you know, isn't everything, but sometimes, you know, it's nice to get some things that match your aesthetic. And then the other thing we got is this crimper that we've been using to cut up his fruits and like soft foods. We didn't have it for a while. He actually, whenever he first started, we didn't have it, and he did fine. I wish I had had it from the beginning, because it makes it so much easier for them to be able to like pick it up with their little baby hands. So I would have gotten it from the jump if I had known how helpful it would have been. Now after lunch, this is when we try to get him out of the house as much as we can. Drew is really good about taking him on walks every single day, or getting him out on the bike. We have like a little tag along like carrier for him to ride in, and he's really good about getting him out of the house and getting some fresh air. And then he goes down for his second nap around 2 o'clock, and we will either give him a bottle at 2 o'clock of like milk that I've pumped and stored, or I will breastfeed him, one of the two. I tend to do a bottle just because I'm usually working in the afternoon, so it's nice to have a little bit of time to keep working, and Drew will give him a bottle. So then Wilder is napping from around 2 o'clock, between like 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock, ideally. Generally, it's gonna be like an hour and 30 minutes, an hour and 40-minute nap, and then he'll wake up around 4 o'clock. And I don't give him milk as soon as he wakes up anymore at that point, because he usually isn't super interested in it. He seems to still be really full from eating right before his nap. So we will just jump straight into playtime. Tonight for dinner, we are giving Wilder some steamed broccoli and a little bit of pasta and some baked apples. And then after dinner, we try to give him something like a little, you know, a little something nice. He has his second tooth coming in. He had his first tooth breakthrough a couple of weeks ago. I just did a video on us like working through teething, because it was really tough for us. I will link it here if you guys want to check it out, but definitely a difficult time for us. But he broke his first tooth through, and he is cutting his second tooth. It's about to break through right next to it. And he's been so much better about this tooth. But something that we've been doing after dinner that he has been loving is giving him this little popsicle. It's watermelon and agave. It's super, super natural. It doesn't have any like added sugar or high fructose corn syrup or anything like that. It is purely watermelon and agave, and we let him nibble on that a little bit, and he loves the popsicle after dinner. So we've been letting him do that to kind of help with his teething right before he goes to bed. And then we come up on like his bedtime routine, and we kind of start that between like 6 and 6:30, depending on how long he's been awake. And then I will give him one last feeding right before he goes to sleep. And that is pretty much everything he eats in a day. If you guys enjoyed hearing more about what Wilder is eating throughout the day, definitely head over to my Instagram and connect with me there. I am always posting about the food that he's eating and the different types of things that we're trying. I'm always looking for different kinds of like inspiration on different foods to introduce to him. And I share a lot more about like our day-to-day life there. I pretty much get on stories every single day. So if you are not connected with me there yet, definitely head over there. But anyways, that does it for today's video, you guys. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me and watching this video. If you are new to my channel, definitely consider subscribing. I would love to have you as a part of this empowering community. And be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. It helps me out so much whenever you do. It helps other people find my channel and see these videos if this is the content that they are looking for as well. I upload twice a week, every single week on Tuesdays and Fridays at 11 o'clock. So I will see you guys in next week's video. Bye.